Rock Valley College Board of Trustees, Community College District Number 511, regular meeting for October 28th at 2025 here at about 5:16 p.m. May we have a roll call?
Trojan here, Simpson.
Here.
Padilla.
Yes.
Nelson, Soltow, Goldsmith, Blake.
Here.
And Gorski.
Here. Thank you very much. While we do have some members who are trustees who are missing, we know one's going to be missing, and I do not believe we have any that are attending by means of other than physical presence, so we'll move on to communications and petitions, public comment.
There are no public comments.
Okay. Recognition of visitors.
No recognition of visitors.
General presentations.
No general presentations.
Would I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes of both the Committee of the Whole meeting September 9th, 2025, and the regular meeting of September 23rd, 2025.
So moved.
Motion by Kadia,
Second.
seconded by Simpson. Roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes. Second. No, I said yes.
Second.
Second.
That's okay. Oh, why
Sorry,
am
I'll
I-
slow it down. It looks like this could be a speed meeting, so I'll slow it down a little bit. So,
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
yes. So we're moving on to action items. H. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve claim sheet check register September 2025 BR 8319?
So moved.
Moved by Kadia, seconded by
Second.
Blake. Any discussion? Any changes since the cow on this item? Hearing no discussion and no discussion on none of any of the changes that didn't happen. Roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. Okay, so do I hear a motion to approve the purchase report A, FY 2026 amendments BR 8320?
So moved. Second.
Was that Gloria?
Me.
Gloria Kadia, and seconded by Simpson. Okay, any changes since the on purchase report A? Any discussion on purchase report A? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. Do I hear a motion to approve purchase report B, FY 2026 purchases BR 8321?
So moved.
Second.
Kadia, motion. Blake, second. Any changes since the cow?
Yes, there were two changes. Two items were removed from this report. The one was for janitorial services, which will be rebid, and the other one was for mechanical services, which is under review.
Under your continued review, right, okay. Any discussion on purchase report B? 3, okay, hearing none, roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. Okay. Do I hear, entertain a motion to approve the 2025 tax levy and setting a date for the truth and taxation hearing BR 8322?
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Trojan, seconded by Kadia. Any changes? Okay. Has anybody commented on this in the public or anything on it?
They never do.
And not at this time. All right. Any discussion on this? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
And Gorski.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, I'd entertain a motion to approve the Board Policy Manual Article 2 Operations Changes, second reading BR 8323.
So moved.
Moved by Kadia, seconded by
Second.
Trojan. Any discussion? Any changes since the cow, since the last reading? Okay, very good. Anybody happen to comment it from staff or anybody in the public? Okay, didn't expect it, but just thought I'd ask. All right. So, roll call then.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. So I'd entertain a motion to approve athletic turf fundraising agreement with RVC Foundation, BR 8324. Moved by Simpson.
Seconded.
Seconded by Blake.
Blake.
Any just changes or modifications to the agreement? Okay. Joe, no changes that you're, okay. And it's been obviously attorney reviewed. Okay, very good. Any discussion on this agreement? 1, 2, 3. Hearing none, roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. Well, I'd entertain a motion. My tongue's getting tired. I gotta slow down here. Motion to approve the third amendment to the OSF lease agreement for the Health Sciences Center, BR 8325.
So moved.
Motion by Trojan,
Second.
seconded by Kadia. Any changes on the agreement? Any concerns about the agreement? Attorney reviewed? Any concerns or discussion from the board?
Nope.
2, 3. Hearing none, roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
All right. I entertain a motion to approve the intergovernmental grant agreement with the City of Loves Park for Fire Burn Tower, BR 8326.
So moved.
Moved by Kadia, seconded by
Second.
Blake. Any discussion? And this has been attorney reviewed. Okay. Could somebody give me a brief history of this, how this came about? Real brief. Doesn't have to be.
Local area fire departments were looking for a place to train, and our fire science program was also looking for a place to train our students because currently they have to drive to Byron. During the course of the conversations that Chad Roth, the fire coordinator, had with some of the local chiefs, Loves Park and RBC started discussing the opportunity that they would have some land that we could utilize for a burn tower. Dr. Spearman then went out and queried our legislators and was able to get funding for the project. And now we are moving forward with this joint venture to create this new burn tower.
Thank you. And then thank you for emphasizing it was kind of a community team effort working with RVCs. And I like to hear that type of stuff. Thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second, and discussion and roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. And we entertain a motion to approve the ground lease with the City of Loves Park for the Fire Burn Tower, BR 8327.
So moved.
Kadia and Blake, first and second. Discussion. I think we just had it. So, roll call.
Trojan, yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Gorski.
Yes. Well, that brings us to other business. New business, President Spearman.
No new business.
No new business. Anybody else have any other new business to bring to us? Okay. Any unfinished business?
No unfinished business.
All right, so I'm giving the trustees the opportunity to get a jump start on the updates and reports if they wish to, or they can do it at the COW on their experience at the recent conference that they attended. I see that we have 2 of the 3 trustees that attended. Does anybody want to give a report tonight?
Well, I am not going to give a report.
Okay.
I mean,
You want to
tonight.
comment on it?
I came home and have been working nonstop since
Right.
I'm home. I mean, I can comment that it was a great conference, and I think I touched briefly on you.
Right.
One of the sessions I went to is on the board retreat, and I took away from it that I think our board retreat needs to be a little less business and a little more fun. I don't think Bob agrees with me. He was in with me in that one, but we'll see how each of us we interpret it.
Well, and I did talk, and I think John mentioned something in passing, and I think he gleaned something from a discussion with Bob, because it sounds like Bob and John hit the town or something like that. I don't know what happened, but I think this might be a nice topic for discussion at the COW,
Yeah.
what we might do to tweak the retreat. All right?
I
Thank
think we
you.
should look at it.
Did you have some comments, Bob, on the?
Well, I got 3 minutes, right?
You have, I'm giving you 3 minutes.
I'll take
Go
2
ahead.
of hers.
take
'cause
two
I
of
got
mine.
all
You can
kinds
take
of
2 of hers. Go ahead. Yeah.
We're going to be done early.
It was a good conference. There were 1,800 people there. There were 142 sessions in 5 categories, 21 of which dealt with AI. And I attended 10 different ones with an emphasis on technology and AI, and I'll leave that one for last. I would say also, though, in listening to the other presentations, as well as what I saw in Seattle last fall, our presentation by far was the best presentation of anything that I've seen. Most of the discussions, the sessions were roundtables, 3 or 4 people sitting talking. There was nothing to look at. It was all, yak, yak, yak. So anyway, I think we did an outstanding job. One of the things that I listened to at the one called Culture of Innovation, and maybe this is old news for us, but the question was asked, what impacts low graduation rates? Do they have the right tools? And they said, not the same book doesn't work for everybody. And so what they've launched into was what they call personalized learning, which basically is a lot of online materials. And the company called Cengage Unlimited, you probably know this, so I'm not preaching to the choir here. But anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. I then sat through one where it was the Northwest Arkansas Chamber Community College went through a cybersecurity attack. And they said it was like last summer, this is the first time they went public with their experience, and they actually had some nice charts, which I handed over to Dr. Spearman, the do's and don'ts, but, it was damn scary what they had to go through. The insurance company comes in and takes control, they manage everything, even as far as who I could talk to and what can I say, until they work their way out over a period of time out of the mess. One conclusion is everything should be up in the cloud so you don't have it, on the floor here. They do have a handout, and when this session was over, I looked for Dr. Spearman. He says, Doc, do we have insurance, cybersecurity insurance? And thankfully, we do. But I would not want to go through that. The other item that I want to comment on is AI, and as I mentioned, there were several things that I went through, and including the luncheon speaker who is a professional consultant to the AI industry. But there, a lot of stuff about, it's coming, it's here, you got to da. But there were two things that I took from it. One, how can we make our college the place where employers turn to for AI-ready talent? So, if we're the hub in the northern Illinois area of teaching students AI, it'll bring a lot of employers to our college. And I think that should be sort of maybe a goal for us. The second item is, from a trustee point of view, we need to ensure that the college has a clear strategy and appropriate policies, adequate resources, and the organizational agility to lead this transformation. So I think from that standpoint, from a policy standpoint, as trustees, we need to make sure we fulfill that one. All the rest of the AI discussion was, it's coming, it's here. The other thing that I did pick up is that ChatGPT seems to be the one, and you can go up there and draw down a policy for a community college and so on, which I did very easily. But anyway, those are my nuggets.
Thank you, Bob.
Good.
And I'd just like to thank you both for, reflecting on your time there. I'm glad you actually went to some seminars and just didn't hang out. So appreciate it. And I just want to comment on the moving things to the cloud. Well, these folks could come to us with requests to moving everything to the cloud. One, that's going to come with a cost that's probably twice as much or more than it is here. And there's no guarantee of your data in the cloud. I think if I ask everybody who's entered in an agreement for any of their services in the cloud, there's no guarantee for your data in the cloud. You have to actually pay for extra backups and pay for extra security and the like. They just guarantee certain uptime if their services are up and running. And it's kind of scary because you think you're paying all this money for that type of protection. Then all of a sudden when they go down for 2 or 3 days, you're like, don't you guys cover that? Oh, no, you're supposed to have something in place to deal with it. So, we have to deal with it. They have to come up, the cabinet, President Spearman have to come and ask us, for the resources. But we're going to get, if they did that for everything, I think we would get sticker shock, and we would just need to, work out the funding for it. So just letting you know, the one advantage of that is kind of emergency stuff. If you are on campus and something happened on campus, gives you a little bit more mobility for working from home and conducting business from offsite. So, but thank you for that report. Trustee Nelson has arrived at 5:32. We are at other business trustee conference reports. Would you like to comment on your experience with a 3-minute, not 30-minute time limit on the experience there? Or we can wait till next. We can wait till next week at the cow to do the same thing if you wish.
I would say this, that I think Bob and John's show played very well in New Orleans. That would be my first point.
You didn't have a video of this? You didn't grab it? You should have?
Well, I don't know why not. Actually, I was late trying to line up some comedic appearances for Bob and I around town here.
Fundraising for the foundation while you're abroad, aren't you?
Hey, whatever it takes. I have to say that I very much enjoyed the trip. There were some great sessions. You can't attend them all, but the ones that I attended were all very good, and including the presentation by our local folks. And I was, I think, the only member of the whole squad that was in the audience. I can't remember, but I think Carly might have been.
He's also in the audience.
Pardon me? Anyway, it was very good, and I got a compliment from one of the senior ICCTA representatives who always closes all of our meetings in a very, with a lot of flourish, and came up and said, "You have a great team here," and it was a very good presentation, and I said, "Thank you." In terms of, and I will want to make a report now, this will be my closing remarks here. There's a new case that came out having to do with free speech on college campuses that is very interesting. It's a Third Circuit case, so it isn't necessarily binding in the Seventh Circuit, which is our circuit, but it analyzes the Supreme Court decision out of Texas very much, and essentially says, yeah, censure is a censure, but as long as it's not in writing, as long as it doesn't have other consequences, it could be constitutional, but that's not the case in this case, at least from the bare bones of the record we have, and they sent it back for further litigation, which, of course, we lawyers always love. And so that case isn't finished, and that's why the law, especially in Bill of Rights type cases, is a living, breathing thing. So stay tuned there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're on to the President's update.
Thank you, Chairman Gorski. Many of you know October is always a fun month for Rock Valley College. Also want to acknowledge Trustee Goldsmith entering at 5:36. October is always a time for us to celebrate Rock Valley College's birthday, as well as Manufacturing Month. On October 10th, RVC's birthday, we celebrated with an RR Star letter to the editor and with a book launch. Some of you may recall that I provided you with a heads up during my September President's Report. The op-ed was part of a collaborative effort with the City of Rockford, Rockford Public Schools 205, and Rockford University to share the significance of education in the region. The op-ed was titled Rock Valley College is Building a Stronger College and a Stronger Rockford. Second, regarding the book launch, the book was authored by Professor Dr. Daniel Blumlow, and it's titled Rock Valley College, the Campus History Series. The celebration consisted of Dr. Blumlow reading excerpts from his book and providing autographed copies. Besides learning more about the origins of the college, I enjoy reading page 10, which stated, however, under the leadership of the college's current president, Dr. Howard Spearman, since 2020, optimism and confidence in RVC have been restored. Thank you, Dr. Blumlow. I appreciate your kind words. And thank you to the team, the planning committee, and everybody involved in making this happen and making our birthday celebration a success. In regards to Manufacturing Month, we celebrated Manufacturing Day. However, I won't steal Trustee Trojan's and Dr. Stewart's thunder, as they will present more on that. Well, Dr. Stewart will not be here, so I believe VP Snyder will be presenting. Oh, VP Huntley will be presenting on his behalf. One of my personal goals as a new president was to bring more recognition to RVC on a local, state, and national level. And I'm RVC proud to say that we continue to do that. As you heard last week, we not only attended, but we presented at the Association of Community College Trustees National Leadership Congress. I enjoyed co-presenting with trustees Kristen Simpson and Bob Trojan, Vice President Heather Snyder, and student education consultant Dr. Julie Constantine. Overall, I believe we provided one of the best presentations, so I agree with Trustee Trojan on that. As we went over our RVC strategic planning process, I sincerely enjoy thinking about the positive results accumulated from all of the hard work that we've done that on campus and all the hard work that we put into this process. Also, during the conference, I too attended AI workshops, learned about an AI model that was interesting, workshops on navigating political climate, workforce healthcare, and you'll learn more about our AI task force next week at the Committee of the Whole meeting on next Tuesday, because that'll be first Tuesday in November. All right?
First Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Besides the conference, I received two more exciting updates. One, Stellantis provided the RVC Foundation with a $10,000 check to help purchase toolkits for our automotive students. It's really a loan process, but this is really helpful so the students don't have to pay that large amount to purchase tools immediately. So that's really good. It gives them a little more time to build up the kitty so that they can purchase them on the way once they graduate. Second, RVC is one of 200 community colleges nationwide that is eligible to apply for the 2027 Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. And I'm really excited about this opportunity. Per the Aspen Institute, the $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence, awarded every 2 years, is the nation's signature recognition for America's community colleges. The Aspen Prize honors colleges with outstanding achievement in several areas: teaching and learning, certificate and degree completion, transfer and bachelor's attainment, workforce success after graduation, and broad college access. By focusing on student success and lifting up models that work, the Aspen Prize aims to celebrate excellence among our nation's best community colleges, drive colleges toward a holistic definition of student success, and stimulate replication of highly effective practice and leadership. What I really appreciate about this is that we haven't had to present them with all of the data yet. They were able to look up the data. You know, we're talking 200, that's over 1,200 community colleges, so we're in the top 20%, that they were able to review the data and determine based on the data that they were able to gather that we deserve to be eligible. We may be higher than that, but right now, a part of the process is identifying or acknowledging the 200 community colleges in the nation. So we will definitely be sharing a media release regarding both updates, Stellantis, and the Aspen Award or recognition at this point in time. We'll be doing that in the near future. And trustees, that ends my report.
Any questions for President Spearman?
Could you somehow get your op-ed circulated? Because I didn't see it in the register.
Yes, we can definitely.
Let everybody see what, get the paper anymore, actually.
Thank you. We'll be sure to send that out to the trustees.
You're the last customer.
No, I mean, I just remember for years teasing him, you're going to be the last customer for that. And I was, oh, he reads it. Then all of a sudden he blurted out at one meeting, I stopped taking the paper. You know, it's like, I'm like, I got a victory. Yay. Okay. Yeah, I stumbled on that op-ed while I was doing some other research. So that's it. Leadership team updates.
Good evening, trustees. The Office of Cultural Excellence and Belonging is hosting its 2025 Fall Symposium on Friday, October 31st, 2025, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in the Student Center atrium. Please join us for a lively discussion titled Beyond Hearing, the Power of Listening Circles, featuring guest speaker Dr. Randy Congleton, Executive Director of Student Success and Campus Impact at the American Association of Colleges and Universities. Lunch will be provided, and attendees will have the opportunity to register for a series of listening circles hosted by the Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation, or TRHT, Campus Center beginning in November 2025. The Student Center hosted a Halloween office decoration contest, and I'm proud to announce that the Cultural Excellence and Belonging Office won first place with this Day of the Dead theme. Do we have it to show on the screen? Nope. Kudos to the CEB staff for the outstanding effort and the Student Affairs Division for hosting a wonderful event that promotes community and belonging on campus. And speaking of Halloween observances, the Joint Student Life Workforce Empowerment Initiative and the Student Government Association for a family-friendly Halloween event featuring decorated car trunks, candy, and festive activities for students and their children. Don't forget to wear your costumes. Rock Valley College's annual Trunk or Treat will be held on the main campus in Parking Lot 1 on Thursday, October 30th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then finally, join the Rockford Ice Hogs for the Day of the Dead night on Saturday, November 1st, 2025, during the Ice Hog versus Griffins hockey game beginning at 7 p.m. at the BMO Center in Rockford, Illinois. The Day of the Dead night is an annual tradition that keeps getting better each year. Last season's Day of the Dead jersey auction allowed the Ice Hog Community Fund to donate $5,000 to both Rock Valley College's Association of Latin American Students, who hosts the display, thank you, and Lyanda. A portion of the proceeds from this year's jersey auction will once again benefit those two organizations as well as help support Domingos and El Parque. Thank you.
Any questions? John?
So help me out here, and I probably missed an email on this, but are are we encouraged to attend? In other words, buy tickets and go to the game, number one. And number two, is the jersey auction between periods, or is it a silent auction, or how do we bid on jerseys?
Yes, you can. You're encouraged to go and purchase tickets to enter the game to see the display. And as far as the jersey auction, I'm not sure about that, but I could get back to you.
That would be prudent. So, thank you.
Any other questions? I have one. I don't know if your office was involved, but was your office involved in the national walk effort on campus in the beginning of October for suicide and mental health awareness?
No, that wasn't my office, but I will pass it to Dr. Pyer.
That would be the Personal Success Counseling Office was one of the partners in that, among others.
Okay, and I may have missed that on our calendar events or bring it up, but it's events like that that I'd like us to also be kind of poked in the side on and reminded of, and maybe we were, and I missed the memo or something, but you know, that issue, suicide and mental health awareness, or in my family, we've been affected by it. Friends have been affected by it, and coworkers affected by it. So it's a topic that we need to, one, educate people on how people get into these situations, and then mental health, and then kind of help reduce the stigma to the families of people that might have committed suicide or have mental health issues, because some people just don't understand what the families are going through after that happens. And it can be a great comfort to have your friends and family be a little bit more understanding and in tune with it, and help you through your own grieving process and the like. So, and I really appreciate the campus being part of this. I believe it's second or third year for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many years. But
we've done it
two or
before,
three.
and I would encourage our continued participation in it. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not an event that we coordinate. We just volunteer to support.
Volunteer, right? The space, yeah. And it's a nice space to have. And we're just one out of. It looked like, looking at the national map, they looked at like the Midwest and North for that weekend, and then like this weekend they had it in the southern part of the United States, and they stage it, but it's a national effort to bring attention to this. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Noted. We will do our better job of making sure you're aware in the future.
Just poke us in the side.
Can do.
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Spearman, please elbow trustee first.
I just want to comment. I did go back and I looked at the calendar, and I remember seeing it, and it said something like a darkness walk or something was entitled.
I don't remember the title, but
Yeah, and I think that because after you and I talked about it and you mentioned it, it's kind of like, yeah, I think I remember seeing, but I couldn't understand what it was.
we didn't highlight it, but it was, I believe it was on the calendar, but I don't believe we highlighted it for you.
And it's just not that. If there's something of a national focus happening on campus, it'd be nice to know, because there's lots of other worthwhile causes, obviously, that we may have here. But thank you, though. Thank you for having allowing the event to occur here. So thank you.
Thank you. Other questions for Dr. Barnes?
I guess that cues you up.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, trustees. Couple quick updates. First, while it is hard to believe the fall sports seasons are coming to an end and winter sports are kicking off seasons this coming weekend, quick updates on our women's soccer team, currently ranked 11th in the country and will be the number 3 seed in their upcoming regional tournament. Men's soccer team is heading into the regional tournament as a number 10 seed. Women's volleyball has one more weekend of play prior to learning what their seeding would be for next weekend's tournament. This coming weekend, men's and women's soccer kick off their regional tournaments. Following weekend will be women's volleyball. And then basketball seasons have started play preseason this coming week, and their seasons will start in a very short couple of weeks. And the winter seasons will be in full go. Second, Rockford Public Schools Career Expo was held last week, October 15th, at the Sports Corps 2 facility on Riverside. RVC faculty and staff attended and provided information on a few academic programs, including studio art, aviation, and dental hygiene. The event was well attended by most, if not all, RPS high school freshmen. That's an annual event for RPS that we participate in. Finally, our RAISE program held an open house on Monday, October 20th. The RAISE program, Raising Aspirations Through an Inclusive Student Experience, is a comprehensive 2-semester program designed to help individuals with disabilities develop essential skills for college, careers, and independent living. The open house provided an excellent opportunity for learning more about the RAISE program and to meet prospective students and their families who were in attendance. Those are my updates. Yes, sir.
Questions, John?
When does bowling start?
Bowling never stops. They've been in their fall preseason since the start of the semester. They will wrap that up, and their official season, I believe, starts in December or January. I can double check and let you know for sure, but it's right around the corner. But they've been in a fall season. Softball and baseball also had a fall season, which isn't not conference play. It's more like preseason type tournaments.
Good.
Hey, Bob.
Which team is going to bring us home a trophy?
Women's basketball.
We are currently, our best opportunity would be women's soccer at this point, ranked 11th in the country.
And bowling, always.
And, well, but that's not next.
That's
Bowling's
true.
national tournament won't finish up until March.
Fine.
Soccer will finish in November. So if women's soccer does what we would like them to do, it'll be November.
Now, I'd just like to comment, and I've told President Spearman this, and I think I've talked to some of you about it when we bump into each other. You live and breathe this every day, and sometimes you're confused about this stuff. So you got to remember, we only hear it about twice a month. So, you know, lather, rinse, repeat. I'm all fine for repetition. Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Anybody else? Questions? Thank you for that report.
Great.
Good evening, trustees. On October 2nd, Human Resources hosted the annual Supervisor 101 training. 14 new supervisors attended and received guidance regarding talent acquisition, onboarding, professional development, employee and labor relations, and civil treatment. Thank you to Professional Development Specialist Justin Severson for organizing this important training. Additionally, Rock Valley College has offered biometric screenings to benefits-eligible employees from September 22nd through October 30th. This screening includes a blood work panel, blood pressure checks, and an optional flu vaccine. We are grateful to Benefits Coordinator Bree Grable and the OSF St. Anthony Institution for this partnership through our RV Care. Open benefits enrollment will take place November 3rd through 23rd through our Employee Navigator portal. In addition to standard health and dental insurance, the college will continue to offer other supplemental benefits such as disability, accident, critical illness, identity theft, spring health mental wellness, and pet insurance. We're excited to offer this year Hinge Health Musculoskeletal Support Resources and Maven Clinic Women and Family Wellbeing Management Support Resources at no additional cost to the employee. And this concludes my report for Human Resources. Any questions?
Questions? John?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The biometric screening, that is for RVC, all RVC employees?
RVC employees who have opted into our benefits and their spouses.
Okay. And was there a good participation then?
It's been good so far. There's still opportunity this week, so I know that individuals have been making appointments with RV Care this week to be able to culminate that experience.
And this is covered by our health insurance program for people who are in it, or?
For people who are in it, yes, that's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? The only question I have is, do we get a discount from our insurance company for a higher level of participation in this program?
That is a good question, and I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Sometimes some insurance companies do, sometimes they don't. Even though that they don't share the biometrics with anybody else, they just like to know that you have an active group of people. So, all right. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much for that report.
And then I will also be presenting on behalf of Dr. Stewart,
okay,
who is currently attending to College Matters at this time, so he's unable to attend. Manufacturing Day was held October 9th at the ATC. 252 students from various school districts were in attendance. 7 of the 9 school districts were represented. 19 vendors attended this event, including the Army, Women of Today in Manufacturing, Rockford Career College, NIU, and Rock Valley College. The other 14 vendors were directly related to manufacturing. Special officials present were Senator Steve Stottleman, Representative Dave Vella, Mr. Clint Morris, Mayor of Belvedere, Mrs. Pam Fettis, COO of Growth Dimensions, and Mrs. Angela K. Larson, CEO of Rockford Chamber. The results gathered from student surveying indicated that they love the RVC demos, specifically truck driving, simulator, welding, and the robots. They also enjoyed the expo as well. Please note that some of the Roosevelt students were excited as some of them had already signed up for the forklift classes and could learn more about the program during this day. Additionally, on behalf of Dr. Stewart, I would like to announce that Rock Valley College has received $110,000 from ICCB's Non-Credit Strategies at Work grant, which starts on January 1st, 2026. This is the third time we are receiving this grant. Finally, Dr. Pam Lau, the president of Parkland College in Champaign, and several members of their staff have asked to tour the ACEC on November 5th. They would like to see our aviation program from operations to programming. They will then have a sit down with RVC leadership for a Q&A. This concludes this report. Any questions?
How will that $118,000 be used?
That is a great question that I can ask Dr. Stewart, and I will get back to you.
I hope it's helped to support the summer smart camps.
That one is mostly support for student tuition and wraparound services in various career technical education non-credit programs.
Any other follow-ups, Bob? No. John? I saw you motion forward.
I did, but two things. One, I think Heather just answered my question.
Okay.
And two, you know, I spent some time with Heather down in New Orleans, so I'm not going to quiz her too hard in this meeting.
Okay. Gloria, Isaiah, nothing?
No, I was just going to say, good report. Thank you
Thank you.
to all of you.
Great subbing, too. Thank you very much. All right, Heather. And Trustee Nelson doesn't want you to strain yourself for some reasons, so don't go.
Heather, speak up.
I like this one better. I have a bit of a lengthy enrollment update for you because we have a lot of enrollment activity happening right now in various terms. On October 11th, the second 8-week class session began for fall, and on October 13th, winterim and spring registration opened. As of today, fall credit hour enrollment is still ahead of last year at 4% and 4% ahead of budget, and we have met the stretch goal. Our winterm credit hour enrollment is 3% behind last year, but already we're 94% to budget and 88% to the stretch goal. And that term will begin in December. Spring enrollment is about even with last year. It's early on, but we're 53% to budget and 50% to the stretch goal with about 11 weeks of registration remaining for that term. When you combine all the terms we've had so far or are currently enrolling for, so that's summer 2, fall, winter, and spring, FY26 year-to-date credit hour enrollment is 4% ahead of last year, 83% to the budget, and 79% to stretch goal. So we'll continue to report out on the spring enrollment, especially to see how those progress.
That's not long. You're not done, are you?
I'm not done, but it looks like there are a couple questions.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Trustee Trojan.
So the real question is, in your spring, are you going to wind up being equal with the fall enrollment and not have the drop-off that you normally have?
I don't know that we'll ever be equal, but we continue to try to get it closer to the fall, yeah.
So the goal is to keep that level with the fall, right? Mm-hmm. Because you did it last year.
We want to retain our students from fall to spring, yes.
Do it again this year.
You heard that, Patrick.
Yeah, I'll get to you, John. I'm just looking over here. No, nothing? Okay. John.
Well, my question was kind of a follow-up to Bob's. We're spraying 50%. Is that typical, lower,
yeah.
or above average?
Good question. So last year at about this week, we were 46% to budget and 44% to stretch. So it seems like we're trending a little better at this point in the cycle.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
But the budgets are the same numbers, right, year to year?
We increased the budget this year.
So see, this is a tricky part. You should be looking at actual to answer his question, actual to actual.
And we're
If the budgets
we're
are different
behind, or
between
no,
the
we're
years,
even with
it's not-
last year.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. We're about even with last year's enrollment at
On
this
the
time.
actual to actual,
Yes.
even though your budget comparison's better.
Yes.
You guys continuing this buddy thing that from the?
No, thank you.
Till further notice.
Okay, very good. Great. I'm going to resign. You guys take over. Okay. Very good.
I have a couple kudos I want to give out tonight. I'm excited to share that RVC Communications and Marketing, along with many other partners on campus, has received a gold medallion from the National Council for Marketing and Public Relations for the 60th anniversary campaign. The campaign included weaving the 60th theme into the entire academic year, including the Community Day, foundation events, CEO Challenge, swag, social media, magazine content, Mulford Road banners, and the commencement ceremony honoring our past presidents. In addition to congratulating the communications and marketing team, I want to recognize the RVC Foundation for its work to organize a successful CEO Challenge fundraiser to coincide with the 60th anniversary. This award is a celebration for all of us and a recognition of so much work that went to making last year a success. The Medallion Awards are the premier regional competition recognizing outstanding marketing, communications, and public relations achievements at community and technical colleges within each of NCMPR's 7 districts. These prestigious awards exclusively honor the innovative work of 2-year institutions across all media, celebrating the creativity and dedication of their marketing and communication professionals. And then also, on behalf of Dr. Amanda Smith, who's traveling this week, I want to share some good news about our theater department. For the first time that I am aware, our academic theater department performed a fall play. On October 23rd through 25th, 13 students in our theater department presented a 1-act play, Declaration, directed by adjunct theater professor Jen Thompson. The piece explored the events and circumstances of an active shooter on campus. The RVC chorus, under the direction of Christopher Joyner, sang 3 numbers at 2 of the 4 performances. A talkback was held at the opening performances with the actors, director, and Dr. Aaron Fisher participating. Nearly 200 people from the campus and community came to see the inaugural academic theater department production. And that concludes the report.
Is that Jennifer up there?
Yes.
Jennifer, congratulations on the awards.
Good report.
Any other
Thank
thing?
you.
And I just want to note, I just noticed there's only 2 people out in the audience there that don't have a laptop and typing away at it. I've got a couple extra ones if you want to feel like you're part of the group. Everybody seems to be recording something here right now. So thank you very much for the report.
Good reports. Thank you.
No report.
No report.
How you doing? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a great report.
Okay.
We're in the black.
Good evening, Board.
Good.
Good evening, Board. I do have two updates today. Well, not updates, 2 items. One is I'd like to take the time to acknowledge the hard work of our IT team. As we are all aware, we should all be working on upgrading our computers in order to meet the Windows 10 to Windows 11 mandatory update. In order to accomplish this task, our IT department had to build the Windows 11 image for RVC and push that image to 1,702 computers throughout the campus, and then ensure that all of them were up and working. In addition, the IT department replaced 681 desktop and laptop computers that were outdated and removed 264 more computers that were outdated and no longer needed. Finally, 601 other computers were updated with the Microsoft Extended Security Update. A total of 3,248 computers were worked on in less than 3 weeks. This was a monumental task for the team and was completed quickly and efficiently. And I wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate our IT teams and all of them who did a job well done in making sure that goal was accomplished.
Good job. Thank you.
My next item is in regards to Starlight Theater. First, I'd like to explain the Lou Awards. The Lou Awards celebrate community and college theater in Chicago's north and northwest suburbs. Starlight Theater was nominated for over 20 awards in 12 categories. The Lou Awards themselves start with a nomination process with an individual from the Lou Awards attending the opening night and giving a recommendation to the nominating committee for the different productions. Once that is given, additional members of the Lou Board attend the production. The productions that were recommended for us were Julius Caesar, the SpongeBob Musical, Grease, Ragtime, The Wedding Singer, all received recommendations. Lou nominations come from the Lou recommended productions, and the committee determines the finalists in each category. Again, we received over 20 nominations for Lou Awards. I won't read all of them, but I will tell you that we won 7 awards from the Lou team. The first one was for Best Musical Production, Ragtime. The second was for Best Lighting Design, Brian Riviera for Ragtime. The third was Best Costume Design, Victoria Benson for Ragtime. Best Performer in a Leading Role in a Musical, Alex Christopher McIntyre, Ragtime. Best Performer in a Leading Female Role in a Musical, Stephanie Sosa Rossman for Ragtime. Best Choreographer, Billy Seeger, The SpongeBob Musical. And Best Performer in a Leading Male Role in a Play, Noah Robbie Hill, Julius Caesar. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Starlight Theater team, productions, staff, and the countless volunteers who helped to make all of our seasons so memorable. I also would like to, thank you. I'd also like to give you an opportunity to look forward to the 2026 season, which will feature the following shows: The Wizard of Oz, Once on This Island, Something Rotten, 9 to 5, and the Starbright production of The Addams Family. Any questions?
Start on over here. Anything?
What were the first 2 again?
Go, John, go.
Oh, sorry.
The first 2 for next season?
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz and Once on This Island.
Any other questions?
I have a comment. I made I went to the, was it a luncheon that we had, or breakfast with Starlight? Yeah.
Oh, the Starlight.
The Starlight, yeah. And I remember we had this game, and it's like, I must not have seen any of the movies, but I'm looking forward to that schedule of, it's exciting, the ones that are coming up. So thank you for sharing them again. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. They do a wonderful job. Chris and his team do great.
Yeah, you did. Breakfast was good too the other day. So thank you.
Any other
Thank you.
questions?
I just want to say thank you to every one of you for your reports and also for what you're doing. It's really amazing. In fact, I jotted myself a note to contact you to ask for if it's possible for me to have, or maybe all of us, maybe in bullet point, what each of you have mentioned as far as awards recognition and things like that. It doesn't have to be long, because I speak at a lot of events and community events, and anytime I go somewhere, even if I don't have to speak, it's like, so what's going on at Rock Valley? And it's like, oh my gosh, I could give you a list, and it's like, and I draw a blank. So it's like, well, at least 1 or 2 come up. But if I could have those, because those are the most recent, I'd really appreciate it.
I think it's a great
have to do
idea.
at midnight anyway, so.
That's a great idea for not only Starlight, but for your marketing and
Yeah.
any other awards, publicize it to us, because we're out in the community a lot, and we'd like to brag about what's going on here. Please.
Yeah.
John?
Well, I certainly agree with possibly an upcoming election coming up. And I would like these lists of awards to go to all the board members if possible.
Okay. No, maybe we can talk about how you can do that, because I want to create more work for your staff, but maybe have a running list of stuff that boards and build it, and just do it by month or year or something like that, and then just something simple to start off with. And if they get more demanding, we can work on that. But your IT staff's already busy enough. Even though I commend you on the work they've done, I'm sure they're doing a whole lot more work right now too. So,
Well, what you could do is take a picture of your list that you just read off and send it to us by email, and that'll be good enough. There won't be any work involved with that. I mean,
then I can open up a picture. I read everything. Pictures, I don't do pictures.
take a picture of the document and send it to us. I mean, it's good enough. All we want is the list. We don't want
Doesn't
work.
have to be fancy.
Keep the two requesters happy. We don't care about anybody else, okay? I don't care.
We'll keep it simple for this one.
Keep it simple for this one. Yeah. That assumes they have a phone with a camera. I mean, they may have some flip phones out there. I mean, Pyre, he looks like a flip phone.
I have a
There you go. So, any other questions, comments? Okay, on the reports, thank you very much for the reports. ICTA report.
Yes. We did not meet, the ICTA organization did not meet in New Orleans. We did not have anyone from Illinois running for office. I did meet the folks from the other states who were elected to the ACCT board, and it was by acclamation. In other words, the inner politics of the ACCT provided that there were 4 nominees for 4 positions. Our nominee is a very impressive man from Ohio, and I've met him and made his acquaintance, and I think we'll be well represented. We have an upcoming ICCT meeting in November, and again, anybody on the board is welcome to come with me and attend, and I look forward to that.
I have a question.
All right. Any other questions for John?
Me.
Go ahead.
Just when in November is it?
I believe it's November 8th.
Okay.
It starts usually on Friday morning, and it starts off with a meeting where we pick 3 topics to talk about on a roundtable basis. We have lunch usually with a speaker, and then we have a program in the afternoon where the speakers are generally quite good to excellent. Then after that, we break down into committee meetings. There are a number of committees. For myself, I've always gone to finance. We still call our committee a DEI committee. And then the Government Affairs Committee is the one that receives the most attendance, and that's where our lobbyist and Jim Reed often address us on what's really going on.
Okay, thank you.
And then and Saturday morning, the board meets, I think it's 7:30. I'm on the board as the regional chair. And then from 8:30 to 10:30, we meet. And then we're able to go home. Most of the ICCTA meetings are in the Chicago area, where most of the colleges are. it's honestly, it's really, really a long way for some of the colleges in middle and central Illinois to make those meetings. But we do have at least one in Springfield. They may have one further south. We talked about that on the board. So.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate that.
And thank you for making that sound as exciting as an attorney could. Thank you very much.
You'll have to go to the next ACCT conference, and you can join.
I'm going to bring it up on your new business or my trustee comments. Who we're going to ship on the plane out there? Isaiah.
Hi.
Student trustee comment.
Yeah. So this first half, I'm gonna, for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna sort of condense it, and for the rest, I'll read off. But to the Board of Trustees, the Chair and President Dr. Spearman, I'm pleased to submit my student trustee report for October 28th, 2025, covering my attendance at the Illinois Community College Student Activities Association Conference held at Illinois Central College on October 10th through 11th, 2025, as well as recent student organization activities on campus. So ICSA it's a statewide organization that basically brings together student leaders from Illinois community colleges. It helps these students, such as me, to develop leadership skills, to pretty much attend lectures on how to become better leaders within our own clubs and as student leaders within our colleges. And one of the really great lectures that we had was from a mentalist. He was an acting professor turned, I think, an FBI criminal mentalist. And so pretty much he did this thing to where he would guess based upon your body language what you were thinking, how you were acting, what card you had. And it was pretty interesting. But the main thing of which he was getting at with these points in terms of his presentation was that leadership is really about a couple of things. It's about observation. And that's one of the things is being key to detail about those around you. And then another thing is that I learned as well is, to be able to observe, you have to take the initiative. He took the initiative with, talking with all of us, presenting himself up there and, putting himself out there. And I think that that's one thing that I learned from that as well. But just a lot of these amazing points about leadership, and then we broke into groups and pretty much, got to talk to different student leaders and all that, and other student trustees, and that was pretty amazing to see how many schools attended that conference. But it was honestly really fun, really exciting. And I really did learn a lot. There's more to it in the report, but for respect to everyone's time, I'm going to move on. Student Government Association, on October 16th, we hosted Fall Day from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the SSC Center. We gave out donuts and cider from Edwards Apple Orchard to students. All students had to do was sign into a QR code, and they received a free donut and apple cider. It was a great way to connect with students and celebrate the fall season. We've also been working on revamping our Constitution and bylaws for SGA, and it's been going really well. We've been working all together on this project, which is actually happening at the same time the board is revamping their board policies. So it's been a process, but we've been making good progress. We recently held elections for several senator positions and successfully elected a Running Start senator, a media senator, and a disability senator. These positions will help us better represent different student populations and needs across campus. Black Student Union. BSU held their latest meeting on October 16th and hosted Black Jeopardy, which was a big hit. Black students who are a part of BSU participated in Jeopardy-style questions about African-American leaders, music, TV shows, movies, athletes, historical figures, and politicians. Everyone really enjoyed the game, and it was a fun way to celebrate Black culture and history while bringing the community together. Rock Valley College University. University recently had a guys' night where they played Frisbee golf, and members had fun with that. They also had a bonfire as part of the evening. Overall, University has been going well and continues to provide meaningful fellowship opportunities for students. So pretty much the ICSA conference provided valuable leadership development and networking opportunities that I feel I can be able to bring back to Rock Valley College, especially for to help other leaders in terms of helping them to develop and become better leaders as a result of what I've learned from that conference and trying to apply that. While campus organizations continue to thrive with successful events like Fall Day, Black Jeopardy, and InterVarsity Guys Night, student government is making progress on our Constitution revamp and expanding representation through new elected senator positions. Overall, student engagement remains strong across all of campus. And that is my report. Does anyone have any questions?
Bob?
Very good.
Go ahead.
So roughly how many students participate in all these different committees and things?
So it varies. So for some clubs, you have about 12, 8 to 12. And for some clubs, you'll have about 30 members that participate. So BSU, the Black Student Union, has really grown. Originally, we had about 4 or 6 active members last year from what I remember. But this year now, it's grown to about 25 active members. So the engagement of, especially with InterVarsity as well, that is also increased as well in terms of student engagement, especially within even student government as well. We didn't really have as many active members last year for student government, but now it's about between 10 to 12 people that are attending. So about that average amount is what almost every single club has in terms of its active engaging members. But
any other questions? John?
As I understood either your previous reports or even private conversations, haven't we had an expansion in the number of clubs in different areas?
Yeah, some of them aren't really as active. So there is a list of clubs that are on that are approved through Student Life, but some of them aren't really active. So we have about 12 active clubs, more or less, that are really active on campus and have active participation from the student body. But in terms of the engagement from students, it's been increasing. I mean, especially with student enrollment increasing as well.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you for the report. Oh, Gloria.
Well, I just have a quick comment. I think it's been a while since I have gone on the website to look up the clubs. But at one time, I remember that there were about 40 because there was a lot of involvement. Well, maybe they were just there, but to your point, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to get people active in them because of their commitments, so that's understandable.
Well, and some of the clubs have sort of become defunct in a way. So it's either some of them have, I know Mechatronics Club, I think had about 3 members. I had met during the club leadership training last year, I had met the president of that club, and I had asked how many members do you have, and he was like about 3 or 4. So sometimes they're not always on campus, and sometimes they just, have just become defunct because there's no one to run it anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, understandable. Thank you.
Of course.
Any other comments? Thank you very, very, very much for
Good
the
job.
report.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start on trustee comments with Gloria.
Okay, I have a list. No.
Okay.
Just wanted to comment on the conference presentations. I went to one in New York when Chairman Funderburg was still here, because he went too. And I remembered, I was just Dr. Spearman and I was talking about this the other day, how when we were there, how we were saying, we're already doing that. We're already doing that to a lot of the seminars or committee presentations that we went to. And I think you had mentioned either to him or he to you, or maybe in a conversation, we're going to be, presenting next time, or we're going to be presenting. Now it's been every year since. And because we are doing a lot of what they were trying to tell us, but at the same time, it's always an opportunity for us to learn and tweak what we're doing, but we're also providing that opportunity to them, and that makes me very proud. So when I wear my sweatshirt or T-shirt that says RVC on it, it's just that, of course, that brings up the question, oh, what's going on over there? And it just makes me really proud of what we're doing, not only locally, but nationally and statewide. So again, it just makes me proud to hear how we're being recognized nationally. That's why I guess I'm asking for that list so that I can be more specific. The second thing, that was it, the list. But the third thing is, speaking of AI, I signed up, or I'm on a waiting list now for the Center for Learning in Retirement, the CLR, because I wanted to take attend one of the presentations about AI, but I heard I was told that there's a waiting list, so I'm on it. So it's a biggie. So that is kind of almost inspiring me to start taking some classes here, maybe next spring, because I feel really that I'm getting behind. I still have a desktop. They're probably going to have to come and take mine too. And speaking of flip phones, I don't have one of those. I have moved on, but I don't want to get left behind, and I'm glad that this is the place to go. So I'm going to spread that message too. Thank you. That's it.
Any questions? Follow-up? John?
Gloria, you do remember us going out to dinner there with Dr. Spearman's suggestion, and the place that he knew the chef who was from Beloit. You remember that?
From Beloit?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean at the conference that we went to in New York?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Nelson, you got to remember, I'm over 40. Sometimes I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
Gloria,
much less what I did 5 years ago. But anyway, I get your point. Yeah.
Well, you're barely younger than me.
All right. Dr. Goldsmith.
How do I even follow up on that? So I had the opportunity to attend 3 events on campus, 2 events on campus and one of them virtually recently, and they were all phenomenal. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about each one, just because I know that what we do on campus is wonderful, but going to events refreshes my memory every single time, and it just reminds me of what it felt like to be a student, witnessing all of the brilliance of the people that we have on campus. So I attended the first Tuesday lecture last month, and it was on cattle-related injury, which may not seem like something that I would attend, but my best friend in high school, Belvedere High School, her husband almost died in a cattle-related injury. And so I'm actually really interested in that. And it was great. I attended it via Zoom, and it again, really inspired me. I loved that the presenter, who is in the nursing department, but has a background in agriculture. She grew up on a farm in Ogle County, I think she said. She's been able to figure out how to blend her experience in ag and her scholarly life in nursing into this really interesting combination of research. So I encourage you all to attend First Tuesday lectures if you can. Again, I did on Zoom. It was great. I was also able to go to the book banning programming a few weeks ago. Packed house, standing room only. They had to bring out more chairs. Karen Courtney, Dr. Karen Courtney of the English department was on the panel, as well as a librarian from Rockford Public Library, Dave Pedersen, owner of Maze Books, and the former head librarian at Harlem High School. And it was so interesting. It was inspiring. I saw many of you there. It made me want to go out and get some banned books at the library. And I went to it last year, and it was way less attended. So something in the interim happened, and the attendance was fantastic. And then finally, not sure if anybody was able to go. Last week, there was a reading of the Rockford Anthology, selections from the Rockford Anthology, which I have here. The folks who read are affiliated in some way with RVC. Last night, Rockford University had its reading, which I read at. The book is out. It's so great. Get it if you can. Get it at Maze Books locally, or buy it online. But it's so moving to hear stories and poetry. There's art in the book, lots of references to RVC and education in Rockford. So wanted to make a quick plug for that as well. That's all.
Comments, questions? John?
How much is the Rockford Anthology book?
It is $24.99.
Any other questions?
It was $20 if you bought it early, but that sale is complete.
Any discounts for trustees or any way to fast track a trustee through AI training?
Maybe. I think you should go to Maze and say you're a trustee.
Get a discount.
Maybe. You never know.
I won't even go with that.
Well, thank you, Jenna. Nice report.
Yes, very good.
Thank you.
Okay. So back on the manufacturing day, a couple of tidbits to go along with what was already reported. As far as I know, we were the only organization to do anything this month to recognize manufacturing. And we had, in addition to the people that were cited, we had the presidents of the Illinois Manufacturers Association, the CEO of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and the president of the Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center. They all saw what we had at the ATC. They toured. We all gave talks. We rode on the bus. Our name is now circulating through the state of Illinois. They called us the Makers on the Move movement. So we were fortunate. I don't know how we got this opportunity, but I think, in my view, we were the only one in the whole area to celebrate manufacturing. So that's that. What's my other? Oh, the other item is I did go to the Henning open house. Dietmar Goldner, who was the son of the original founder, is a strong supporter of Rock Valley College. There were a lot of people there. It was a big a new addition to the building. And as I say, after the tour, he began to give his talk, starting about how the company was founded and from Germany and so on and so forth. But before long, he reached out and said, and besides, here's Dr. Spearman, who reached out to me when he first became president. He wanted to know how he could partner with me being Henning. And so I think, that speaks highly of the cooperative spirit that exists with some of our companies and Rock Valley College. And he is a strong supporter. He was on the CEO Challenge, and he and I kind of networked also. Not quite as good as with John, of course, but sorry, John. You're still number one.
Thank you, Bob. I want to know what happened. Why don't you tell me what happened over there, okay?
But anyway, I just want to make that point about the Henning thing and the strong relationship that exists between that company and Rock Valley College. Thank you.
Any questions for Bob on that jubilant report? It was. I love upbeat. There's a theme here. Okay, a group of you have been out all at the same place, and some other people, one or more people, are out right now. John was out different stuff and on campus and other things. Gloria's out about in the community, we're all connecting with people and learning things in slightly different ways, and we all bring it back here and we get to share it. Sometimes it gets diluted. So again, poke us in the side, remind us about some of the successes. And as President Spearman was showing me on a side note here, our Jennifer's already working on an awards list page site to inform us what, and that was, I guess, probably already in the works. So, but if you want the pictures, she can probably send you pictures too. So, and not to make light of it, because I know you want to be kept up to date on it, and some people are more comfortable with certain forms of communication than others. So, anything else, Bob?
No, that's it for me. Thanks.
Okay, Kristen, anything?
I don't have anything, but I do have a picture from New Orleans of I think, a real live ghost in a window. Everybody wants to see it after.
Okay.
A ghost.
Okay.
What's a picture, what is it a picture of?
A real live ghost, I think, in a window. But
She
that's-
went
I
on
don't
a
have
ghost
anything.
tour,
Ghost tour.
Is it for the foundation?
you know, on the eve of All Hallowed Eves as well.
John, then, do you have?
I would say this, that while in New Orleans, the most striking thing to me was a tour that I was on, and it was late, but our guide took us to the Ninth Ward, the upper and lower, and the devastation and absolute ruination of that great ward of working people was very sobering, especially when you're in New Orleans and you drive down Frenchman Street, which is where all the live music is now. It was stunning. And New Orleans is trying to rebound in various economic areas. They're underfunded. And they need, they have I mean, it's still New Orleans, and New Orleans isn't going anywhere, but that was very sobering. So, you know, we're riding, I don't want to say high, but things are pretty good for Rock Valley College, and we have to invest and work harder and get better and make sure that we're always a beacon of light for our community. That's my thought. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, as far as my comments, I guess a clerical thing. I don't believe I formally announced Bob Trojan as the acting recording secretary for the evening, so I just want to make sure it's properly recorded. And I also want to apologize to Dr. Pryor. I probably have the oldest phone in the room. It is only a couple months older than as long as I've been on the board, since 2017. Mine's that old, so... somebody came up to me the other day and said, "Did Apple bring back the little touch button?" No, it's just it's 9 years old. Sorry very much. So that said, I want to thank everybody for their reports. And like I said, there's a kind of a connection. We got through the voting in about 15 minutes, okay? But then now we've been communicating and sharing experiences on campus and off campus and bringing it back. And again, if there's anything worth repeating, please do. And I'm not, and I don't want to, as an IT guy, I appreciate the work that the IT staff is doing right now and that they expect to probably do in the 2026 and 2027. So pass along my thanks and condolences to the team. So thank you very much. And I just want to note, just make public. So President Spearman and the board are going to be talking about ongoing his contract renewal going into the fall and then into the beginning of the next year. And we are also doing that with the faculty reached out to me and said they'd like to, start talking about their contract renewal. So just thought I'd bring it out in public and just lay it out there. So, but that's all I have. I just want to thank everybody for their, we get to vote on stuff, but when it comes down to it, we're about educating people and training them to go off and, hopefully be productive in the community. And a lot of the stuff we're talking about here relates to that and the successes we've had. So thank you very much to everybody. Foundation Liaison Report.
Yes, I have a couple of things. The first, the family breakfast that was held on October 16th, there were 82 attendees, which is kind of a normal number for that event. But the feature was 3 students who had received scholarships, and each one gave a little story. There were actually 3 questions that were posed to them, and they answered those questions. But, you know, the takeaway for me was the sincerity of these students who, you know, had the need, and they got the scholarships, and they, you know, expressed their heartfelt thanks to all the donors who made it possible, and I thought that was really very inspiring. The second item is the upcoming November 7th luncheon. Right now, there's 360 that have signed up. There's a waiting list, so I hope the trustees have got their name in to attend this. You should be, I mean, it keeps growing. Next year, they got to find a different place, because it's up by 62 from the previous year. And as you heard Brittany when she spoke last time, you know, we got a $5 million fundraising goal altogether. 2.5 she's kind of got, you know, from commitments made. It's not even public yet. We're going to go public. And I am aware that between Brittany and Dr. Spearman, they're talking to a couple of big ones that may be announced if they can put it all together. So there's discussions going on right now. The other thing is that based on the comments that John and I both made when Brittany talked, she's going to be, and we talked to Dr. Spearman, she's going to be putting together a request to her board for an additional person, because they need 4 bodies, if you will, to raise the money and make sure that the word is getting out on the availability of scholarships. So anyway, if again, November 7th, luncheon, if you can make it, get your name in right away. That's all I have.
Any questions for Bob? And I do appreciate your thorough reports on the foundation activities. And I do want to point out that I really like Brittany's report at the cow. It was really, I liked it. It gave a nice historical background, led up to the current, and gave us pauses for questions throughout it. So it was great. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Personnel reports just in your packet for review. If you have any questions, take them up with the administration. So, because the board isn't hiring or firing people. Okay. Thank you very much. Freedom of Information Act, FOIA report, the same. All right. Flip. Now, correct me, Joe, if I make a motion to go to adjourn to closed session, I believe we're only talking about the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance of dismissal of specific employees. Is that correct?
Actually, we would need Section 2C2 collective negotiating.
Okay, specific employee service, independent contractors, or educational study per Section 2C and or, well, I'll just read the whole thing, purchase, lease. Go ahead.
If I may, that's 2C1 that you're reading. We need 2C2.
Okay, and 2C2.
Which is not on your sheet.
Okay, so 2C2 is?
Yes, let me read it to you. It's 2C2 is collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employment.
That's my motion as amended by our attorney. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Nelson. Roll call.
Trojan?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Kudia?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Goldsmith, yes. Blake?
Yes.
Gorski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And all it is really brief. So this is going to be really brief, and we're just talking about negotiation, something, so, yeah, so. So I don't know if any else you want here.
Vice President Olson, Vice President Hunter will be the two that need to stay at this.
Just the one. So we're going to reconvene into open session. I'd just like to state no final action was even considered. So in close. So we're reconvening into open session. And before I announce the dates of the next meeting, I just want to touch on a little business that's before us. I should have covered it probably under new. There's a community college, ACCT, a couple people alluded to it, National Legislative Summit in February 8th through 11th. President Spearman's attending along with some others, and trustees. I've invited Trustee Nelson and Trustee Soltow, who indicated today that she was actually considering going. So, and I thought my discussions with President Spearman that we might only send 2, but I'm considering 3. Ellen, do we got another $3,000 in the budget to send somebody else? Okay. If you could take a look at it, I'd like to add Trustee Kadia to that list. Okay? Okay? Okay. Thank you. So, date of the next Committee of the Whole meeting, November 4th, 2025, 5:15 p.m. The meeting will be held in the Performing Arts Center, PAR Room 0214, located in the Educational Resource Center, ERC, in the main campus. And the date of the next regular board meeting is November 18th, 2025, 5:15. The meeting will be held in the Performing Arts Center, PAR Room 0214, located in the Educational Resource Center. And before I adjourn, so this bumps up the meeting. So our cow is next Tuesday. Okay, it's coming Tuesday. So, all right. So look for the agenda coming out in a day or so. All right. If there's no other questions, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nelson, seconded by Blake. Roll call.
Trojan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Simpson?
Yes.
Udea?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Goldsmith, yes. Blake?
Yes.
Gorski?
Yes.
We are adjourned.
Okay. Oh, and I should have said it in open, but
I was
if
just gonna
sending
tell you
3
when I was looking at
trustees to the thing in
in that
February
movie,
risks
when they,
of not
were
having
trying
a
to get
quorum
ransom money
on
for
our meeting
Chelsea Clinton or
here in
somebody.
presence, I may
Yeah,
pull
it's
one of
like-
those trustees
and
back.
Chris
So
Tucker says,
just letting you know. So.
This is Kelsey.
Bob, you plan on being here in February? February cow?
We have a
Jenna?
meeting on the 4th.
I'll call in.
Yes.
I'll call in for sure.
It's moved up. It's a